Friday. Good morning, YouTube. How are we doing? Welcome back to another video. I've got a special one for you today. We're going to go through a full high day, refeed day, a day full of carbs. I've got the best part of 5,500 calories of goodness to show you today. So just to give you a little bit of a background as to why this is taking place, I am now 3 weeks into my recomposition phase, which is a fat loss phase to pull back, get rid of additional body fat and prime myself ready to grow once again. The starting body weight was 114 kilos and I have woke up today at 107.8. So a very, very big wash off in a short period of time. So this isn't just an opportunity to eat extra food for a day because you want to. Now, don't get me wrong, refeed days, high days, of course, they're enjoyable. You're getting to eat more food than what you normally would when inevitably in a calorie deficit, you're going to be a little bit hungrier, right? This is a strategic day that is put in place to protect my training performance and to ensure that my rate of loss is not too heavy so that I lose muscle tissue. Also, off the back end of a high day, what you typically find is you get an accelerated bit of fat loss as well, which is where you'll find that you upregulate your metabolism again and get things firing. So that is the reason it is put in place, okay? Now, the problem is these days is that I see a lot of people put a refeed day in or a high day just because they're hungry, and it's just not the way to go about it, right? All emotion should be removed from this. It's a case of acting with logic. So in this video, I'm going to obviously show you through the different foods and stuff that I eat with each meal. I'm also going to give you a little bit more of an insight into what a high day is all about, how it should be structured, where it should be placed, and maybe how often you should actually need one. So very excited to get this one over to you today. We have a heavy leg day on the card, so couldn't be any better day for a high day, could there really? Heavy legs, more carbs, crazy pump. I'm already excited for it. It's a Friday, so good day of the week. It's time to absolutely get after it. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my coffee. That's all done. I'm now gonna take a walk to the shop because I realised I don't have any egg whites, and also I need to get some Tesco Finest cookies because you'll see that they have a feature in this video, which is great. And it's not just one of them, guys, right? It's two. So looking forward to getting them down the hatch as well. So the question is, what flavour do I go for? I want you to leave in the comments, what are your favourite flavour of the Tesco Finest cookies? Because they are the best ones. And I mean, it's a difficult toss-up for me. I'll have to see what kind of mood I'm in when I go in. I didn't want to get them yesterday because what I find, if you get like things like that the day before, they're never that good the next day. They're not as fresh. So I'm going to get them in the morning now whilst they're nice and fresh, freshly done. That's when they'll taste the best. So yeah, guys, I'll probably catch you at the first meal. All right then, people. So I am back from morning walk. A little bit of a shorter walk than usual because on a high day, I don't like to do too much activity at my normal level. Because the idea of this additional food going in is to enhance the recovery, play catch up on recovery, obviously fuel the performance and give the body what it needs. So it doesn't make sense for me to do my normal 10,000 steps that I would do today. Instead, I'm going to try and aim for 6,000. Sometimes it naturally goes over that, but that's life, right? The day has to go on. So just a conscious effort of moving a little bit less today to allow the food to do what it needs to do. And also I'd normally have my 20-minute cardio session today as well. So I'm doing cardio 5 times per week at 20 minutes at the moment as part of my fat loss phase. But today I will be missing that session and doing it on a different day to again allow the food to do what it needs to do. So we've got meal number 1 on the cook right now. Gonna get this one down. It should be prepared in the next few moments. Managed to go to the shop, managed to get me egg whites, so I'm a happy man. I did also manage to get the cookies as well, but I didn't make it in time for the new batch to come out, which is a shame. So I had to get the ones that were there last night, but they'll still be good. And because YouTube likes it, you can wait to find out the flavor until that meal comes. So yeah, we've got eggs on the boil right now. Eggs on the boil? Eggs in the pan right now. I'm going to be getting that down with some sourdough. A little bit of a bigger meal than usual for meal one, obviously. But still very, very similar. Now, the idea here with food sources is that I don't go too far adrift from the food sources that I eat on a day-to-day basis, to obviously allow for the digestive system to not have a shock. At the end of the day, guys, we can only utilize the food that we can physically digest. So I see a lot of people try to get a little bit overexcited with their high days or refeed days, putting in way too much, you know, little extra little bits that may not digest that well. So you've got to make sure that it is right for you and your gut. Now, this high day as well, you know, you heard me mention 5,500 calories. We need to remember that that is specific to me and my needs. All right. You've got to remember, guys, I'm 5'7" and 107 kilos. So I'm on the leaner side of things in the grand perspective, not in bodybuilding terms, but in the grand scheme of things. So, you know, it's more muscle that needs to be fueled. So the high day and the amount of carbs and calories you're consuming on that day must always be relative to the individual, their metabolism, how much muscle they have, and again, assessing the data as to where they are. You know, everyone has a very different, or needs a very different setup when it comes to it. So yeah, I'll catch you at the first meal. Here we have meal number one about to go down, my people. Very similar foods to normal, but we have bigger amounts. So we've got 3 whole eggs here, 275 ml of egg whites, 200 grams of sourdough, and a banana here on the sides. I'm going to eat this, get cracking into my morning block of work, and then I'll catch you at the next meal, which will be pre-workout. Pre-workout meal time. Right then, people, we have 100 grams of cream of rice. This is the sticky toffee pudding by Trained by JP. Code SB10, FBS Nutrition. Go get yours. The same goes for the whey. 50 grams of whey isolate Perform. Sticky toffee pudding again. Combo. We got 100 grams of frozen raspberries on the top and some sweet ground cinnamon. And then we have 2 triple chocolate Tesco Finest cookies. Now, I would say that these are potentially second place in the Tesco cookie lineup, right? I'd put the white chocolate ones first, to be fair. But they didn't have them. These will do. So the reason on a refeed that I typically have higher or a bigger meal pre-workout, the same will be for post-workout, is because we're looking to obviously fuel the performance and the recovery of this session as well. It also makes sense, okay, that I've got a good amount of food on the prior side to my training, where I train quite early in the day. So this pre-workout meal is going to go in. I'm going to sit for about an hour and a half probably before I actually train, because obviously this is a larger meal than normal, and compared to usual, okay, it's going to take a longer time to digest. It also means I've got higher fat intake because we've got the fats there with the cookies. So today will be a bit higher fat than normal, because obviously I want this food to stick around. I don't want it to just wash through the physique, right? This is here to help fuel the next week's worth of training, leading potentially into next week when another high day may be needed. So yeah, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to enjoy this, put on some YouTube, get to the last little bit of work for the morning block, and it's off to train legs. So I'll probably catch you for some clips in the gym. Also, guys, it goes without saying today, a digestive enzyme as usual with every single meal. Now, my digestive system has got used to eating lower volumes of food, okay? Today is higher volumes of food, more calories for the gut to have to deal with. So we don't want it to be too much of a culture shock. So one of these with every meal will just aid things to pass through and be absorbed effectively. Again, something I didn't mention in the last clip. The reason for the cookies. For me to get the additional calories in, think how much more cream of rice I'd have to add to this. And then we're just getting into the realms of it being a really, really high volume meal, to the point where digestion was probably going to be pretty trash. So on days like this, some lower volume foods that are more calorie dense can be very good additions. You wouldn't have cookies every day, guys, right? In moderation, when the body needs it and when it fits based on that day.
Like working towards the next thing, I'll be happy with this, or all that and all that, but it's like, what am I doing different then? I'll just be bigger, I'll just be leaner.
All right then, people, so next we have the pre-workout going in and also intra-workout all made and ready to go. So I do go into this in a little bit more detail in some other of my videos and my full days of eating, but to give you a little bit of an overview, about an hour has passed since the pre-workout meal. It's about a half an hour drive to the gym for me. So now pre-workout is going in, so pumpage. I've had a black coffee for the caffeine portion of it. Pumpage going in. Also, we've got a good bit of extra food, so not really relying too much on the caffeine here today. And L-carnitine, which I'll be doing 500 milligrams of pre-workout as well. And then during the session, actually nothing changes for this high day. We do 10 grams of the EAAs, Trained by JP EAA fizzy cola bottles, and then 20 grams of the Fruit Burst Carbex. So that will fuel me for the intra-workout. There's also 1.5 grams of salt. Sorry, no, there's not. There's 1 gram of pink salt in here. I'm doing 1.5 grams with every meal. So nothing really changes with the intra-workout / pre-workout setup with the drinks. It's all about now fueling the performance and the recovery as well. So I'm going to get the pre-workout drink necked, get ready, out the door, in for legs. Okay then, guys, just a quick voiceover for today's workout. I didn't want to show you like the full workout in terms of the full sets and things like that. Just show you a few clips of the session and give you a bit of insight into what I'm thinking about on a high day when I'm going into train. And to be honest, it's pretty damn fucking simple. It's the same shit. The session doesn't change, okay? I'm not necessarily looking to take new numbers. I'm in a calorie deficit at the moment. My goal is to go in and give my muscle the same stimulus as to what built it. No more, no less. Look, guys, if you are hitting a set and it feels like you've got that extra rep, by all means, take it. But we're not necessarily striving for that. When you're dieting down and you're in a calorie deficit, your recovery demand is much higher. So that means that your recovery capability is going to be lower. So we have to be very smart and get away with the minimum effective amount to uphold the muscle tissue and keep it there. So we have to be very, very smart. But overall, guys, I mean, this was training after 2 meals. I train after 2 meals on any other day anyway. With the extra carbohydrates in there, with the extra fats. Oh boy, it was a wicked leg pump, I'll tell you that for one. Really, really enjoyed this session. I'm finding that I'm upholding my performance extremely well 3 weeks into this at the moment, which is great. And I'm going to continue to make sure that that stays a priority. If it means that I have to take a couple of extra days off the gym here or there just to allow recovery to catch up, then I'm now old enough and wise enough to understand that is what the body needs, okay? You probably noticed as well there's quite a bit of single leg stuff in this workout. Now, for me, guys, if I was to train intuitively, my upper body responds way quicker than my legs. It's just genetics, the way I probably connect with my legs, and a few other external variables. Now, the things that I have to control is making sure that for my legs to grow from training, I need to make sure that I am targeting them and feeling them very, very deeply when I am training. So single leg work, very, very effective for me, and it has been doing the job perfectly, especially on things like a single leg extension, which is in my other leg session, and a single leg curls like you saw in this. So the next clip, you'll see the juicy pump And there was no cardio after today's session as well, guys, just to note, because on a high day, I'm just focused on getting in my sort of basic level of activity, nothing more and nothing less. We want that food to do the job. Right, guys, I think the carbs so far have gone to the right places. Jeez, that was a wicked session today. Unbelievable stuff. Team no lines, as they say, right? Pumped to the max. It's time to get home now. Eat that post-workout meal. Post-workout meal. So here we have a lovely 125 grams of raw weight rice, 200 grams of raw weight chicken, some nice Turkish seasoning, bit of smoked paprika, and of course 1.5 grams of pink salt. And then we have a lovely Warburton's, actually no, not the Warburton's, these are the New York bagel, cinnamon raisin with 40 grams of strawberry jam. This is going to go down a treat. I am starving, so I'll catch you straight after this.
7:30 tonight, I'm out for the count. That's the plan of action, because I'll tell you one thing, if I don't get a good night's sleep tonight now, it's not going to be good, and then that could affect.
Alright then, people, so that is the post-workout meal demolished. And I'm just going to get out for a light few steps, probably about a couple of thousand here. Like I said, I'm trying to keep my steps down today, just to allow the food to do what it needs to do and restore the body. So no more than 6,000 steps if I can help it. Now, guys, one of the things that is massively undervalued when it comes to your fitness journey is movement. Now, if you are somebody that is trying to build muscle right now and you're eating in a calorie surplus, if you just sit around and you don't move, how can you expect your digestive system to tolerate the excess food and shuttle it around the body effectively? Motion is lotion, people. You must make sure that you are getting your movement in. Little bouts of steps in between meals where you can, getting in that activity. It allows your body to stay insulin sensitive and process and shuttle the nutrients the way that it should do. So make sure you're getting your steps in. So as you saw with that post-workout meal there, the fat content was obviously a lot lower. Literally just trace fats from the chicken breast. So it's probably, I don't think it was any more than 3 grams of fat for that meal. Now the reason for that is post-workout we have trained, we have exhausted the muscle, taxed the muscle. It wants the fuel very quickly. So we get protein in straight away, hence the chicken, to allow the muscle protein breakdown to start repairing and the muscle to start recovering. And then we also want to replenish glycogen stores by the rice, the bagel, the jam in this instance, right? So if you are planning your own food, try to situate your fat intake away from your post-workout window. You want to get that food in and get that recovery started straight away. So the next meal will be going down in the next hour and a half. So typically every 2 hours today we will be eating. That allows good digestion in between and to make sure that this high day, the food that is going in is doing the job, right? So you've got to get structured with your day. You've got to get structured with the rough sort of times that you're going to have your meals. Look, guys, I'm not saying you need to be like a fucking robot, right? And eat at exactly the same time every single day. Whilst that would be ideal, life happens. We get busy. We have priorities. We have things to get on with. But if you can get your meals structured, wait 2 to 3 hours between your meals with your eating window, get them in that way, you are going to find that you typically will be digesting the food so much better, which means that you will have better absorption of that food and better progress, of course, as a result of all of that. So next meal is in the air fryer, ready to go. You're probably noticing as well, there's pretty much next to no veg today. This next meal is the only meal that actually has some form of vegetables with. The reason again for this is digestion. Guys, look, my gut is now conditioned to my baseline food, which at the moment is 3,600 calories on a day. Today, we have another 2,000 calories on top of that, just under 5,500. Now, as you know, with things like veg, they are going to potentially clog up digestion, and that's not what we want here. It's already enough of a culture shock just from the additional food going in, right? So we've got to be smart with it. On a refeed, on a high day, you can bring your protein intake down, which is very effective if you are somebody who typically does struggle with digestive stress from adding more food in. So the thing is, guys, when it comes to feeding the body back up, doing a high day, there isn't necessarily a right or wrong way to do it. It is very individualized, and it must be specific to that person. It's the same with the amounts, right? What is the job that you're trying to do? The problem I see a lot of people do with their refeeds and high days is they're in that fat loss phase. Let's say they're 160 pounds and they're going, right, I'm going to do 1,000 carbs today. It's like, it's a bit overkill, you know? People sort of treat their refeeds and high days as if they're doing a peaking protocol. Now, it has to be relative to the individual. Like right now, I'm not trying to fully replenish all glycogen stores. I'm looking just to keep things moving. I'm looking to uphold my training performance, give the body a bit of extra fuel, some extra fats to allow this carbs to stick over the next few days, to make sure that I'm protecting my hard-earned muscle mass. So if you're in a diet phase and you feel a little bit small, a little bit stringy, a little bit flat, please normalize this, guys. It's not you losing muscle, okay? You shouldn't really fully replenish your glycogen stores all the way until you need to. You know, we're trying to get the body fat off, right? So you've got to be smart with it. Now, I know it can feel like a bit of a whirlwind, I really do, when it comes to trying to map this out yourself. So guys, if you are struggling with your fat loss phase and maybe you've hit a plateau, your food is already very low, your cardio is already very high, and you're thinking, where the hell do I go from here? Refeed, high day, spike the body, give it what it needs, keep it sensitive, and watch what happens with the body. And if you need help understanding how that structure should look for you, because like I say, it's different for everybody, then be sure to hit the coaching link, the inquiry link in the description of this video. I'd be more than happy to have a one-on-one chat with you and discuss exactly how this could look for you. So I'm going to box off the next few steps. It's nice and warm. A lot of people are moaning about the sun in the UK at the moment. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I love it when it's nice and hot like this. You know, I don't like it when it's cold, rainy misery. I like that heat. Absolutely love it. And in the gym, I like turning up and it's boiling hot. It's like I've got to send it today. I've got to lean into it. I've got to push forward. It's going to be even harder. I love that. So grab the bull by its horns, people. So next clip will probably be the next meal. See you then. Right guys, the next meal is ready, but before I get into it, I just wanted to show you two supplements. So magnesium, ashwagandha. So I didn't show you it, but with my post-workout meal, I took 600 milligrams of magnesium and 300 milligrams of ashwagandha. The reason for that is for magnesium for the digestion side of things. It just helps loosen up and lubricate the small intestine, should we say. So again, digestive benefits. And ashwagandha is to bring myself down back from a sympathetic state into a parasympathetic state with the nervous system after training. You think when you're training, your nervous system is firing. So if we want to digest and shuttle the nutrients to the right places, we need to be in the parasympathetic state, which is known as rest and digest. So here we fucking have it, the next meal. This is 250 grams of raw weight, 5% lean beef mince. We've got a little bit of a veg mix in there, but a very small amount, which is carrots, sweet corn, green beans, and a little bit of onion as well. Really scaling back on that, especially on the onion side of things, to allow for the extra potato, which is 500 grams raw weight. And then we have 2 Rice Krispie Squares bars to go with that. The reason I'm not doing more potato than 500 grams is because it just won't sit right. Guys, I even find that when I'm peak off season and I'm in gaining phase, any more than 500 grams of potato, I'm always bloated from that meal. So again, this is a way of getting extra carbohydrates in lower volume amounts with easily digestible sources. Cheers.
I'll just go pure raw, normal almond butter.
Banging.
Yep.
That went down an absolute treat. I haven't mentioned much about fluids today. So, guys, you've got to make sure that you're staying hydrated. If you want to shuttle the food around the body, this is what is going to help that happen. I see a lot of guys really neglect how much water they're drinking in a day. And, you know, for me, year round, it's about 6 litres that I drink. In a contest prep, it does go up to 10, especially as appetite does go up. Now, I'm not expecting everyone to jump in and start going from minimal water to drinking 4 or 5 litres of fluid straight away. You need to build up to that over time. I feel like the sweet spot for most people is about 4 litres, a gallon a day. Now, some of you may be watching this and thinking, that is a shitload of water. But when you accustom your body and you hydrate properly, you'll realise that it's actually not a massive amount. Okay, so fluids, super, super important, especially at the moment. If you are in the UK, like I said earlier, it's extremely warm, extremely hot. So if you want to maximise your progress, get your bloody water in. Right guys, it's time for meal 5, which is going to be 100 grams of raw weight rice. We've got 200 grams of raw weight chicken and 200 grams of pineapple, 1.5 grams of pink salt, and of course the reduced sugar, salt and ketchup on the top. Now, if you guys are wondering why my rice is yellow, I do actually at the beginning of the day prepare all my rice for the day, and I put turmeric in just for a nice bit of flavour. And also turmeric is a good natural thing for you know, keeping inflammation down, which can always be good for bodybuilding and recovery side of things. So let's just get this there we go guys, there we go, get the face tracking on. So yeah, another question I get as well a lot of the time is, why do you have fruit with your meals? Why do you have fruit with like chicken and rice? Well, fruit, guys, fructose actually helps break down carbohydrates. It helps shuttle them more effectively. Specifically, pineapple has a natural digestive enzyme in it. So my daily diet has pineapple in every single day. Now today we've got a big serving of 200 grams because obviously we have a lot of additional food going in. So towards the back end of the day, having pineapple with meal 5 is a very smart decision, considering that there is a larger amount of food in the digestive tract than what there would be normally. So just wrapped up with a very productive block of work. I've got one of the new guys onboarded, Adam, so welcome to the team, my brother. Just sorted out one of the guys, Brendan. Shout out to you, my man. We've just had a nice little switch up of both his diet and also his training approach, just due to the nature of lifestyle circumstances changing. So remember this, guys, it's very important to make sure that your goal with fitness goes alongside your life without taking over it. When your life changes, sometimes the approach needs to change with it. We need to have a realistic expectation of what we can do based on the situation that we are in. So he's now going to be enjoying a 3-day training split, which follows a upper body A full body session, and an upper body C, with some great intensifiers and fun techniques to keep the training nice and enjoyable for him. And an option A and an option B for both training and rest day diets. So that'll be really good fun. So I'm going to eat this now. I've got a consultation call at 5 p.m. Hopefully another guy joining the team. Looking forward to speaking with him. His name is Jack Roberts. If you're watching this, brother, obviously at the point of watching this, I'll know if you're on the team or not, but he is planning on stepping on stage, and he wants to get to his first natural bodybuilding show. Exciting stuff. So I look forward to chatting with him in 5 minutes. Shit, 5 minutes. I better get this down. I'll catch you at the next meal. And here we have it, people. Meal 6 to finish the day. So we have got a 50-50 split. 50 grams of oats, 50 grams of Strom Sports chocolate sponge cake, cream of rice. Unbelievable scenes, that. And then mixed into that, we have 50 grams of Perform Whey ISO in the chocolate brownie batter flavour, 20 grams of dark chocolate smeared and melted over the top, and 75 grams of berries, and a dusting of sweet ground cinnamon. This is going to go down an absolute treat. An absolute treat. We're showered, finished work bits for the day. I'm going to eat this, chill out, watch some YouTube, and get to bed. Oh yeah. And that's another day done. Everything wrapped up for the day. Work, last meal, ready to chill for a little bit now and get to bed. So it's funny, these high days, so this is another, like I mentioned, another 2,000 calories more than my normal day at the moment for a training day. And I'm finishing the day hungrier than what I would on my normal day. And this is very normal, guys, to expect from a high day or refeed. You're going to spike your insulin up, which means that you're going to feel more hungry. The carbs will make you more hungry. Doesn't mean that you need to have more and refeed harder. It just means that that's job well done. You know, you're spiking the body. Very good digestion today. All of these meals have gone in very easily. Flat stomached, feel good. Definitely ready to wrap up the day now and hit another productive week of training ahead. So, mega session today. Really enjoyed that leg day. And I hope you all have enjoyed this full day of eating. And there's going to be plenty more of these to come. I mean, I'm sure my food will likely change in this recomposition phase at some point. So I'll do a full day of eating there. I haven't shown you guys a rest day full day of eating yet on the lowered amounts as well, and you'll see how measly that is compared to compared to today. But look, guys, refeeds, high days, I hope you guys have learned a lot about that. It's a process that is not fueled by emotion. It is fueled by logic to ensure that the body can continue to respond the way that you want it to. Protecting your training performance, protecting your hard-earned muscle tissue, and allowing yourself to recomposition and do it the right way. It's not always a case of just chasing linear food down, linear cardio up. There's going to be times where you need to push and pull to allow the body to continue to respond in the way that you want it to. So, if you need help with getting your own refeeds and high days structured in to your fat loss phase, maybe you've hit a plateau, maybe things just aren't moving the way that they used to be sure to hit up the coaching inquiry link in the description box below. I know I mentioned about it earlier on in this video, but sometimes, guys, it's just worth reminding you what you can truly do when you have the right outlook and the right perspective looking over your own plan. And this is the same reason for me, even why I work with a coach 12 years deep into my journey, because they can see things that we can't see through our own emotional lens sometimes, right? It's not just about barking orders, telling you what to eat, telling you how to train. It's managing the perspective and managing the mindset and the lifestyle support that goes the long way. And if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more full days of eating, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you have any suggestions for the next piece of content that you want to see, feel free to drop that in the comments as well. And until next time, guys, catch you on the next one.